Greetings, Earthlings. I have another update for you, and this is Germany's response to Amnesty International's claims that Israel is conducting a genocide. So I decided to pull up the definition of a genocide so that we can completely rebuke Germany's response. Okay, asked for a response to Amnesty's report that accused Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in its war on Gaza. German Foreign Ministry spokesman Sebastian Fischer told reporters, quote, "The question of genocide presupposes a clear intention to eradicate an ethnic group. I still do not recognize any such clear intention, and therefore I cannot share the conclusions of the report." End quote. Right, well, first off, he's lying. That's straight up gaslighting, because there is several clear definitions for genocide, and you don't actually have to kill anyone. Okay? So let's have a look at what that actually is. So let's go to section 5 of the Amnesty International report. It's 5.2 definition. The principal definition of a crime of genocide is provided for in Article 1 of the Genocide Convention, which reads, now this is enshrined in law, okay? This is not an opinion. This is the Genocide Convention's own description of what constitutes a genocide. Genocide means any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial or religious group as such. A. Killing members of the group. B. Causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group. C. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. D. Imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. I will come back to that. And E. Forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. Right, well, I think we can safely say that Israel has done all of those things. But I want to talk about D, because imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group is also considered genocide. And that means that everything that Canada did in its attempts to sterilize the indigenous people here also constitutes a genocide. We don't even have to dig up mass graves for that to be genocide. The diplomatic cover being run here for Israel is beyond concern of throwing Israel under the bus unintentionally. They've clearly breached this point, and they breached it 80 years ago. It's absolutely unquestionably genocide. So why do our leaders give them so much diplomatic cover? Is it fear of reprisal? Is it Mossad having dirt on them? Or are they just okay with it? I think it's the latter, unfortunately, and I will put my argument forward for why that is the case when I will go over in more detail the genocide inflicted on the Indians by the British Empire and the hidden apartheid slavery system in the US. Because, unfortunately, the shared values of the US and Israel go as deep as that. They still have a system, though it be legal, that is two-tiered, that favours incarcerating young black men over other people within society. And they abolished slavery, but they left a loophole which meant that they could still do that within the prison industrial complex. And when you pair those two things together, it's undeniably a form of apartheid. But lots of legalese here, right? Moving things about. You know, I'm going to start referring to this as legal gerrymandering. I think that sticks. That's a good one. I'm also going to go over why Israel, more than anybody else, had reason to assassinate JFK. and the network that they built up in order to procure the components to build nuclear devices, which they've still not officially admitted to, and which is another obstacle in any form of multilateral disarmament for nukes. They would first have to own up to having them, and that's never going to happen. Some other more interesting things that are going to come up. I'm going to go over the bombing of the British Mandate headquarters, the attack on the USS Liberty, where Israel pretended to be Egypt in order to try and get the US to nuke Cairo. Didn't know about that one, did you? Yeah, there's some real shit here, and it's a long-termist plan. Okay, this current administration, it isn't a glitch; it's a feature. That's what's so disappointing about people that go to the default fallback and claim that it's anti-Semitism if you criticise Israel. You really are a bunch of fucking numpties. You really are. Anyway, more stuff coming up, and I'm in a much better mood today. Thanks, Nick. I took my aggression out by giving my wife a good boffing. She said thank you.